Do you remember last time what we discussed? We have discussed different schools of management thought. Then we have discussed different processes, planning, organizing. This thing we discussed, staffing, organizing, controlling, directing. Today we'll discuss couple of things related to some new concept, some very important concept on management, that is delegation and decentralization. While we are discussing this, there are a lot of things coming in discussion. So that thing will talk initially, then we'll go to that topic. For example, staffing. Staffing is one thing in your syllabus. This is very important concept in management. What do you mean by staffing? In any organization, in any business or any shops, whatever you do, you need people to work. So when you are recruiting people, manpower, that means you are going through collecting the right people, interviewing them, recruitment, then their training, their development, their remuneration, what they deserve, their salary, bonus, whatever. Then their performance appraisal every monthly or 6 months. You have to judge them, you have to evaluate them, you have to think about their promotion, their transfer, a lot of things are there in staffing. So all these things are there in the screen. You are able to see the screen. So you are able to see the screen. So a lot of things are in the staffing, starting from recruitment to their promotion, their training, development, remuneration, performance appraisal, everything. So that is one important concept, and we'll directly jump to the delegation. Organization also in your syllabus, which we discussed earlier. I'll go through one chart, one figure, you can understand easily. So think about this. There are different types of organization chart, organization structure, like line organization, staff organization, and combination of two organization is matrix organization. So what is line organization? Line organization means you are working something, you are an engineer, you are a technical person, or you are a document writer, whatever may be. So you are reporting to one manager, one boss, one supervisor. So he is your line manager. That is line organization. So it's very straight. One person under him, there are different persons. And some organizations some companies are organized based on the project, based on the functions. Suppose um, based on the functions in the sense, suppose one organization is having the production function, sales, marketing, HR, these are different functions. So their head is different. So people are working under that organization, that section, that divisions are reporting to one manager. HR head, marketing manager, or support manager, or sales manager, like that. So when you are working on a project or a function, or suppose something is project XY, in the figure you have given project XYZ. That means if you are working in the project X, so that means this project has required people from all aspects. Requires people from engineering, operation, finance, HR, everything. So that means whatever you are seeing in the red star, these people are working for Project X and also coming from different departments. So that means these people are having two managers, two boss. They are reporting to operation. I am highlighting this. So this person is reporting to operation and also reporting to project manager X. That means this person is linked with two different department, two different authority, two different hierarchy. So that is called matrix organization. Once they have the functional responsibility and the project responsibility. That is there in this graph. And there are other multiple concepts, authority, responsibility, and accountability. These are why I am telling you, these are very important for the next topic what we are reading, delegation. Authority, responsibility, accountability. So whenever we are discussing, most of the times I was telling these words. Authority kona, responsibility kona, accountability kona. Every time I was discussing these words. And finally it has come for detailed discussion. What is authority, what is responsibility, what is accountability? So in this table it's given their meaning and their how they are originated, what is their flow, what is their nature. I'll give you one example. Suppose in your school, in your class, your class teacher is out for 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the class. So what he is or she is doing? Your class teacher is giving that responsibility to the monitor of the class. Be here, I will come in 10 minutes. That class teacher is going to staff room or office or whatever he has or she has some personal work. So your monitor is monitoring and observing the class, keeping quiet and maintaining the discipline of the class. So in this case, class teacher is giving the authority to the monitor. But responsibility still lies with class teacher. If something happens in the class, the principal will still ask the class teacher. Accountability is class teacher is answerable for this. Responsibility is she is responsible. But authority given to the monitor. There is one another word related to power, which is linked to the authority. What is the difference between authority and power? Authority comes along with your position. Class teacher has a position, monitor has a position, principal has a position. So what they do based on their authority. But power is very much informal. Irrespective of the position, irrespective of the hierarchy, if you are, what is that called? Suppose you have some face value, you have some charisma. So that means you have some power. Suppose in your family, your parents or your brother, someone is sick. So you are taking them to hospital. They're not asking you. You have some authority, you have some responsibility. So you are taking them. Because that comes along with your relations. That is informal. So whenever there is something, uh, so you are showing that authority. Because of that, you have that relationship with your subordinates, with your higher authority. So based on that relationship, authority comes. And along with authority, responsibility and accountability are an extension. So that means whenever a person is working, suppose when I said one example, same example we'll discuss, that monitor is uh, maintaining the discipline of the class. That means what? This monitor has a minimum authority, minimum power to monitor the class. If you as a student, general class student, you know that monitor has no power, nothing can be do. That means you will not listen. You will listen to the teacher. So teachers has given some minimum power. Okay, in my absence, whoever is taking the whoever is doing disturbing the class, keep a note of all this name and give it to me. If you know that monitor is making a note and he has the basic power, so you will listen to him. You will keep quiet. So that is authority or power. Responsibility is what you are not giving to the person. So the teacher still have the responsibility of the class. Accountability, if something happens, the teacher is answerable. Who is accountable for the class? The class teacher is accountable, not the monitor. So these three things are coming in the delegation. I am telling because this is closely related to delegation. Well, what is delegation? You will able to say something even after seeing the screen, whatever they are in your screen in front of you, read it and what you understand, you will able to tell what is delegation. Hello. Okay, I'll tell you what is delegation. Delegation refers to the transfer of responsibility for specific tasks from one person to another. That means you are transferring the responsibility. Same example in the school. Suppose in your school, your principal is telling your class teacher to prepare something, a program in for the annual function. So your class teacher will not have time to do this. So what your class teacher is doing, giving that responsibility to one of the student who is good in singing and good in managing this event. So whatever program details she is giving, so that person, that student is managing everything. So that means your class teacher has delegated the work to the student. So delegation means whenever you are busy, so you are focusing your important work and giving the less important work to your subordinate, whoever is junior. Suppose at your home you are studying, you are preparing an exam. You need something from the kitchen, you need a glass of water. So what you are doing? If there is a kid in your home, You are asking to give a glass of water. You are not going and bringing the glass of water from the kitchen. So you are delegating. Because you know that person, whoever you are delegated, can do the work. So there are different tips in delegation. Delegation tips for manager. So when you are delegating the work, whenever you are overloaded, you have a lot of work, you should know better what to delegate. Know what to delegate. That is the first tip. So whenever you are analyzing the work, you can understand that what to delegate. Then you should understand the employee's strength and goals. The same example, whenever you are asking a glass of water to a kid, so you should know whether that person can bring properly or not. Suppose that person doesn't know, that kid doesn't know where is the water, how to open the kitchen. So you will not tell him to bring. So that means you are analyzing the person. If that person can do the work properly or not, then only you are delegating. So you are analyzing the employee's strength and goals, what they are doing, what they can do, what they cannot do. So based on that, you are delegating. Define the desired outcome. So you have to clearly tell what is required. If you need a glass of water and that person is bringing a glass of milk or a glass of uh, something else, drinking instead of drinking water, that person is bringing something else. So you don't need that. So you are giving the instruction very clearly what you need. Define the desired outcome. Provide the right resources and level of authority. That we discussed in the first or second points. So whenever you are asking a person to work, you are giving the right authority to do. Suppose that person is going and bringing a water, he that kid doesn't know or doesn't have access to the refrigerator. You ask like cold water, chilled water, and make something in refrigerator. And that kid doesn't know or has no right to open the fridge. So that means what? He should have given rights. He should know that he or she can open the fridge or kitchen or proper rights are there or not. So you should understand that. Allow the failure. Establish a clear communication channel. Allow the failure, be patient. Allow the failure means or be patient. These two are related. That means you should have guts to accept the mistake. Suppose you are giving the work and that person is not able to complete the work. You should accept the mistake, you should learn, you should instruct properly, and you should analyze. If you are restless, if you are angry, then there is a reverse impact. So that means you should able to listen to the person. If a person is not working properly or not doing the work properly, be patient. ତାମାନେ କ'ଣ ପ୍ରପରଲି ତମର ଧୈର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଅଛି କି ନାହିଁ, ରେଷ୍ଟଲେସ୍ ହଉଛ କି ନାହିଁ, then you should understand the failure. If a person is not able to work, why the person is failed. Another point I missed, that fifth one, establish a clear communication channel. That means you are giving the instruction, giving the order very clearly. your communication should be very clear. So that means if you are telling something that person is not understanding your language, not listening to you, that means something wrong. You have to be very sure your communication is reaching that person. Whatever you told, that person is responding. So you are acknowledging that. So that is very important. Deliver and ask for feedback. So whenever you are giving some work or someone is working for you, so you should exchange the feedback. That means suppose you are giving some work to a subordinate. ସେ କାମ ପରେ ତାର କ'ଣ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ ହେଲା, କ'ଣ ତାର କିମ୍ବା ସିଏ ତମକୁ ଫିଡବ୍ୟାକ୍ ମାଗିବ କି ତମେ ତାକୁ ଫିଡବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଦବ. That relationship should there. So whenever you are working someone, so you should exchange the feedback. Give credit where it is recognized. So that means suppose ତମ ଲାଗି ଜଣେ କାମ କରୁଛି, you should give at least thanks to that person. So give the proper recognition, give appropriate appreciation to the person who are working for you while delegating. These are the basic tips behind delegation. Whenever you are assigning the work, you should know all these things. The very important thing is you should know what to delegate. You should understand the employee. Based on that, you will delegate. You cannot assign the work anything to anyone. Suppose you like something, I should give that kind of work to you so that your productivity, your efficiency will be more. And clear communication, you should give the clear communication instruction to the person, allow the failure, and feedback mechanism and recognition mechanism. These are the basic tips for delegation. So once you delegate the work, so you have to track, but along with that, whatever we discussed earlier, the responsibility and accountability is still lying with you. Suppose you are a manager or supervisor or a senior person in the organization, you are delegating, you have lot of responsibility, lot of work. You have delegated some of your work to your subordinate. That person again delegating to his subordinate. But ultimately, you are the responsible person for that work. Maybe the other person is doing the work, but you are taking the accountability. If something is happening wrong or something will go wrong or things are not happening, then your boss, your supervisor will ask you, not the person who are working. So that is the basic difference between authority, responsibility, and accountability. So that's how I told these are related to delegation. Another concept is related to delegation, that is decentralization. There is a small difference that again I will explain through example. We can continue this or we'll take a 2 minutes break. That new concept will complete after break. Maybe will come after 2 minutes in the same link. That will end your unit 1. So in the next class, we'll start with unit 2. So we'll meet after few minutes with a new concept. In the same link you log in, I'll be there. Thank you.